Hello everybody, we have Leetcode problem 217 contains duplicate for us to solve today. In this problem we have an integer array and we have to return true if any of the value in the array appears at least twice, or if any of the value appears more than once in the array, we return true, and we return false if every element is distinct. That means none of the value appears more than once in the array. So for example, when nums equals 1, 2, 3 and 1, we can see that 1 appears twice in this array, and so our output is true. In the second example, it is when num says 1, 2, 3 and 4, it is clear that all these elements are distinct. None of them has a duplicate present with them in the array, and so our output is false. And in the third example too, 1 has a duplicate, 3 has a duplicate, 4 has a duplicate, every element has a duplicate. So naturally our output is true. Now our length of our array could go as high as 10 to the power of 5, and each value could range between negative 10 to the power of 9 to positive 10 to the power of 9. Okay, so one approach here to solve this problem could be to use a brute force solution where we fix every element. Let's take this first example array for a reference. We fix every element and then compare it with rest of the elements present in the array. So we fix 1, we compare 1 with 2, we compare 1 with 3, and we compare 1 with 1. Then we fix 2 and we compare 2 again with 3 and 2 with 1, and then we fix 3 and we compare it with 1. If in any of these comparisons, if we get a match, which in this case we do here, so we return true. Otherwise, if we do not get any match among all the comparisons, we return false. So the time complexity of this approach will be n squared, where n is your size of the input array, because we are fixing every n of the elements and then comparing with every other n minus 1 elements. So we can approximately say that it will take n square of time. And for space complexity, since we are not creating any extra memory, it will be big O of 1. But since our input array can go as high as 10 to the power of 5, n square time complexity will not work and we will have to come up with something better. So what else can we do? One other approach could be to use a hash set, also called an unordered set in C++. So a hash set allows you to store unique values and provide fast input, insertion, deletion, and lookup operations. We can do all these operations in average O of 1 time. So how can we use a hash set to solve this particular problem? If we have this as our input array, what we do is we first let this be a set. We iterate through our input array, and as we do it, for every element we check whether it's already present in the set or not. And if it is present, well, we can simply return true because we have found a duplicate. And if it's not, we keep inserting it as we move. For example, we are at 1, we check if it is present in the set. It's not present. So we insert it, and now our set looks something like this. We move to 2, we check, it's not present, so we insert it. 3, same story, and now our set looks something like this. Now when we encounter 1, again as our fourth element, we'll see that we do in fact find it in the set, and so we can be sure that 1 is a duplicate because given that it is present in the set means that we must have encountered it before. So in this case, now we can return true. Had there been a 4 in case of 1, again we would have simply moved out of our for loop in which we are performing these checks and inserting operations, and outside the loop we would have returned false because if any duplicates were to be found, they already would have. So the time complexity of this solution will be O of n because first we are iterating through our input array, which will take on of 9, and we are performing insertion and lookup operation, both of which takes O of 1 time. So final time complexity will be O of n. Space complexity, since we create a hash set here and it could store all the n elements in the worst case, our space complexity will be O of n. So yes, this is we can use this approach to solve this problem, and I think it will work just fine. So let's code this up. I am storing the size of our input in variable n for just for convenience, and then let's declare a set before writing our loop. We insert it, we insert every element into a for loop, but before that we check if it is already present there or not. If it is present, we return true. Otherwise, we are out of the loop now. So we can return false safely. Let's submit it. Yes, it works. So that's it. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.